everyone, I'm Alex here with Tile and Stone Journal, and today we're going to be discussing sustainability with Victoria and Clara from the Spanish Ceramic Tile Manufacturers Association. Welcome guys, how are you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Cool,
Thanks.
great. So I just wanted to start by asking, as a lot of our audience might not be familiar, what exactly does the association do and what are your roles within it?
Hi. Hi, everybody. I'm Clara Vitero. I'm an architect in ASCER. I work in the promotion department. ASCER is the Spanish Ceramic Tile Manufacturers Association. It's a private organization which comprises 125 manufacturers concentrated primarily in the province of Castellón, where we have a cluster about ceramic tiles. Our primary objective is to support tile manufacturers and the industry as a whole, and promoting the use of Spanish ceramic tiles under the umbrella brand of Tile of Spain.
Myself, this is Victoria Faera, and I work in ASCER together with Clara. I'm working in the technical department, and I'm responsible for environmental and sustainability issues.
Cool, so getting started on that topic, looking back at the last sort of 5 to 10 years or so, how do you feel like the broader tiling industry has evolved on the question of sustainability?
Yeah. Well, I think that sustainability is a fairly recent term, but even before we start using this term, our sector was already developing actions and managing environmental impacts in a sustainable way. And an example of this is that for two decades, 20 years, we have been reusing all the waste that we produce in our plant. We started, it was very innovative action. Actually, there was no regulatory framework for that, and we signed a voluntary agreement with the regional government to promote this initiative. So we almost reuse 100% of our waste, and this is 20 years ago. So yeah, we are sustainable for a long time, but more in the recent time. I believe that in the last 10 years, maybe we can highlight the work that we have done as a sector with the life cycle approach. Okay, because back in 2028, together with the Institute of Ceramic Technology, Institute of Technology in Ceramics, we developed a life cycle assessment for the ceramic tiles. And it was a good basis for making progress on sustainability issues for the sector. Because on one hand, it allows us to identify the weak points that we have through all the life of the product. And then we could understand which parts it was more necessary to focus on, and which was the most efficient way to improve our profile, or the environmental profile of the tiles. And also, on the other hand, this life cycle study that we did allow us to develop environmental product declarations, EPDs, by companies. We have a lot of companies now having this label, and also we have a sectoral initiative. We also develop an EPD at sectoral level, and we believe that it was very an achievement, very important, because it allow us to communicate the environmental data in a transparent, in a harmonized way, and that is I think it's very important for sustainability. And also, as you know, there are many green labels in the market, and for both products and buildings. And for us, for companies in our sector, was very, I mean, having this international recognized label was very important, because with this one label, this EPD, you can access very different markets, and also a score for building certification systems. So yeah, I think this is the most relevant topic for us regarding sustainability.
Well, apart from what Victoria has said, it's true indeed. The Spanish ceramic industry has been making big efforts in research and development the last years and the last decades, and also for looking for new products and different uses of ceramic tiles, which could contribute to get a greener construction, greener buildings. Our industry has achieved to enhance the intrinsic properties of ceramic tiles, such as hygienic, durability, resistance, which could help to have a more sustainable energy efficiency and comfortable places to live and work. For instance, there are Spanish ceramic tiles for ventilated facades, which is one of the best options for a sustainable skin of a building, increasing the isolation to water and temperature, and thus saving energy, which currently is one of the most important subjects. Or the innovation with the production of panels, big and huge formats, which can reach 3 meters long and 3 millimeters thickness. I'm not sure about in inches, which, apart from using less raw materials and less energy, less water for the production, it could help to reduce the amount of construction waste that can be set on a building site, because it can be placed on the old flooring.
Fantastic. Sounds like a lot of really good initiatives there. So taking a slightly wider view now, how do you feel like the tiling sector fits into the construction industry as a whole, and how do you think it compares with regards to sustainability?
Well, we believe that ceramic tiles have very clear advantages over other building products, and maybe the main advantage I would like to highlight is the durability of the ceramic tiles. Okay, because well, as you know, we are an intensive industry sector. We consume a lot of natural gas, and therefore the main environmental impacts that we generate are coming from this from the process production. Okay, and that impact a lot in the carbon footprint of the products, and this penalize us compared to other materials. But this weakness is compensated precisely by the durability of the product, which can be quantified at 50 years, but it can be more. Okay, because we have examples in the history where you can find tiles from the ancients. So then the long life of the ceramic tiles allows that for the impacts in the production to be distributed over those 50 years. Okay. On the other hand, other building materials that have, for example, 10 or 15 years should be manufactured 3 or 5 times to last for 50 years. So the impacts from their production stage has to be also multiplied by 3 or by 5. Okay. On the other hand, I also would like to emphasize that ceramic tiles, for the use, they do not require any energy consumption, and we are not emitting any toxic substances in the indoor air, unlike other materials, and also this allow us to be more sustainable. And also, well, I would also like to maybe emphasize what Clara has said before, that we also can provide energy efficiency in the building, for example, in the ventilated facades, reducing the needs of energy for those buildings and the needs for heat and cooling. And on the other hand, for the hygienic part, following the COVID pandemic, that has become more important. And I believe that tiles are unbeatable in this part. Okay, so we have also, well, Clara has said already that we also have made a lot of progress in new products, especially for these thin tiles, big slabs, and we can be more efficient because we need less energy and less raw materials, less resources in general to produce 1 square meter of ceramic tiles. So I think we are in a good position with other materials that are competing or that can be used in the same uses that ceramic tiles are.
Well, we cannot deny that the building and construction sector is responsible for more than, I think it's 35% of carbon dioxide emissions in Europe. So consequently, new construction and renovation projects will have to prioritize environmental criteria to meet the targets we need for sustainable construction. In this sense, the use of tools such as material passport can be useful to compare the different characteristics of materials. We have made a study about this material passport. The material passport is like the product's ID used in a building. Its function is to provide the description of a product used in a building and to ensure it can be traced. We have made a study regarding the circular material passport of different materials, ceramic tiles, vinyl, wooden floors, and carpet, to check the total impact. Well, the study is in our website and it's open to be read by everybody. But I can advance that in general, the general score, the ceramic tiles are quite a winner in the general score.
Great. So moving on to the laying of tiles and the work of the trade itself, what would you guys say that fixers and contractors can do to kind of improve their own sustainability and also work towards those bigger industry-wide climate goals?
Well, during the laying or application of ceramic tiles, it is quite often used mortars and glues. The environmental impact of the ceramic tile could be increased. Its recovery at the end of its life cycle could be more difficult if certain mortars and glues are chosen. Dry tile installation or the search of cement, glues, alternatives that prove to be more environmentally friendly are the more responsible options. Sorry. On the other hand, it is crucial to inform the fixers and contractors for us the profile of our industry and our project, the Spanish ceramic tile. Of course, for us, it is essential giving them the tools and specific training in order to get a high knowledge, the best choice for the most sustainable option for the projects. In this sense, we are working together with the TTA, the Tile Association in UK, shoulder to shoulder, organizing a trip every year to a group of fixers, distributors, and retailers, giving them the chance to get to know our companies, our industry, and the process of manufacture inside, in situ. And besides, we give them a training about laying big formats and panels. it is an alternative and an innovation material which could offer a wide variety of possibilities. And at the same time, we have been participating in Riva seminars, the Institute of Architects Riva in the UK, for some years before the pandemic. I can say that we will be included in a seminar in November. We will talk about architecture, sustainable architecture with the Spanish ceramic tiles. These kind of activities in the UK give us the opportunity to show the innovations in terms of sustainability of our industry and of our product, and spread the use of Spanish ceramic tiles as the best partner in sustainable architecture and green construction.
So I wanted to ask, as an organisation, how are you guys currently working with the industry, and what are your plans for the future to promote the kind of sustainability measures we've been talking about today?
Well, regarding our work with contractors in terms of sustainability, we have just released a research about the contribution of Spanish ceramic tiles to meet the requirements, defining the different certification programs in construction, such as green, LEED, green, well, and basic house that Victoria mentioned before. In fact, we have made this study with Eco-Intelligence Growth, an institute specialized in circular economy, which contains relevant information for contractors when choosing materials for the project, for any project. Well, this study is also a reflection of our commitment to sustainable construction and sustainable architecture. Currently, the Spanish companies, ceramic tile companies, offer a wide catalog of products for interior, exterior, urban spaces, floor, walls, countertops. The choices are infinity. The innovation in finishes is amazing, as Spanish ceramic wall and floor tiles can reproduce natural looks, stone, marbles, wood. They can impact also on living spaces through their color and characteristics. Thus, they can interact at a visual and tactile and emotional level. So this is also a way of working with contractors to achieve a more sustainable architecture and construction.
Okay, so finally, I just wanted to look ahead to the future a little bit. You gave that quite sobering statistic earlier about the percentage of total emissions caused by the construction industry. What do you think over the next sort of 5 to 10 years, whatever timeline you're looking at, does the tile industry need to do to keep up and progress from a sustainability perspective?
Well, I think that for the future, the main challenge we have is the decarbonization and all that has to be with the CO2 emissions. As I already said, we are energy-intensive industry. We are consuming 17 terawatt hour of natural gas. That is a lot of energy. We are also consuming a lot of electricity, 1.8 terawatt hour a year. So yeah, we are committed with the goals that Europe has agreed on. We want to be neutral emissions in 2050. But the reality is that we have already done a lot of work on this. I mean, we have precisely that we are energy intensive industry. The energy is a very important cost in our process or in our business. So we have made a lot of effort in energy efficiency, and we have already reduced our CO2 emissions by 60% from 1980. The point is now we have technology that is mature, and we cannot achieve important reduction in CO2 emissions with the current technology. And which is the challenge we have? Well, the challenge is that we have to develop this new technology. We need a breakthrough technology that allow us to continue producing these fantastic ceramic tiles that we make, but with neutral or very low carbon footprint. And we have working on that already, but maybe the timeline is not maybe 5 years, because we believe that this is something for the medium long term, not 5 years. I mean, we have 5 years just there,
Sure.
but maybe we are looking to 2050 more than 2030, because the changes that we have to make are huge. We are thinking, well, we have different ways to get this improvement in the sustainability or in the CO2 emissions. We can, or the easiest way to reduce our emissions would be just changing natural gas for biomethane. The point is that in Spain, the biomethane is not really developed, not very few. I think last year there was just one plant producing biomethane in Spain. So we don't have this renewable gas to use it. But if we did, that would be automatic. I mean, we can close the natural gas entrance, and we can open the biomethane valve. So yeah, we are focusing on this. We believe that we have in Spain resources to produce biomethane. It can account for at least 30% of the consumption. So we can make a big change by using biomethane, and we are focusing on that. And that this will be the shorter way, or the most, the primary, I mean, the first one. And then we have in mind, we have already a study about the using of green hydrogen. We know that in Europe it's been promoting a lot the green hydrogen, but the reality is we do not have green hydrogen to be used. But we neither have our production process and our technology ready to use hydrogen. So we are investing, we are trying to have projects on research and development to get these new kilns that we will need for using green hydrogen. Okay, but this is a change very important. It's a radical change, we can say. So it's something that is not going to be ready in 5 years, we know. And we have to also analyze which will be the effect in the quality of the product of using this new fuel in the end. So we are working on that, but we are also working in the possibility of electrification of the production process, because if we get renewable energy, then we will be green and we will be zero emissions. But this part is also challenging, changing from using natural gas or a combustion kiln to an electric kiln is big. There is no electric kilns for ceramics in the market. I mean, we cannot go and say to a supplier, bring me one electric kiln for tiles. It's not there. I mean, so there is need to time for this technology to be developed, to be adapted to our needs. Okay, we have also here in Spain one important project working on that. So maybe we can have in a few years an electric kiln that can allow us to reduce our carbon footprint. But this is not going to be fast, and it's not going to be cheap. The change is radical, so the technology is going to be very investing intensive. And also the price of the electricity is very, very high. I mean, the gas prices are crazy now, but the electricity price is worse. So yeah, we need to find the balance. We need to find the balance between the new technology, the prices in the new energy, and also there are other challenges that are not on us, because for example, to be 100% electric, the needs of energy, the power from the grid will be huge, and there is a part of investment in infrastructure that has to be made in the grids, and that part is not depending on ceramic sector. So there are other challenges. There are challenges that are on us, and we are working on them. But there are others that has to be developed by authorities or maybe other players, energy players in the sector. We also are analyzing the possibility to capture carbon capture. We believe that maybe carbon capture is not the ideal solution, because if you are capturing the carbon, you are using fossil fuel, and it's not that is not the goal. We know that we have to change, okay, to green fuels or green electricity. But maybe the carbon capture can be a solution for the medium term until hydrogen or electrification is ready. Okay, the reality is that the technology that is already in the market for carbon capture is not adapted to our processes. Okay, so there are also some work to be done at research for the researching on this area as well. We are trying to promote also projects on that, and to see if the carbon capture can be a solution, temporary solution for us. Yes, and I think these are the main topics that we are addressing for the future, to try to be more sustainable and to try to achieve this big challenge that we have to be neutral CO2 in 2050.
Great, thanks for that really comprehensive answer. Of course, you're absolutely right. Sustainability is a long-term project that everyone needs to play a part in. And with that, I'd like to thank you both for taking the time to speak with me this morning. Is there anything else that you guys might like to cover? Anything you think we may have missed today?
Well, maybe we just can say that our product is fantastic. I mean, that the properties of the product are fantastic, as we have said already, and that we are committed with sustainability and with decarbonization objectives, and we are clear that we will make. I mean, we have a big challenge on us, but we will make it. We are sure we will make it, and that you guys will be able to keep installing tiles everywhere in the UK or everywhere. So yes, maybe this is the last message.
Well, the future in construction and architecture is related to a healthy lifestyle and sustainability in three terms. environmental sustainability, social sustainability, and economical sustainability. And obviously, it's also related in the future to the virtual world. And in this context, our industry, the Spanish ceramic tile industry, apart from offering a sustainable materials, it offers a benefits in terms of well-being and functionality. The versatility that the Spanish companies can offer in terms of uses and designs, in combination with the quality, means a safe and sustainable choice for the future, I would say.
Fantastic. Well, thanks again for your time, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.